YouTube's algorithm seems to be funneling people to alt-right videos? That can't be right. YouTube?
Yes, sir.
Give me a video.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Beast, delightful. Another?
Yes, sir.
Well, I suppose I'd like to know how to make money. Another?
Yes, sir.
YouTube, who's Andrew Tate?
A bigoted sex trafficker, sir.
What the fuck? Hey, what's going on, chumpers? I just got back from the Capitol, and let me just say, it was a riot. Also, 1, I totally need a haircut. 2, I already recorded this video but forgot to unmute my mic, so this is a re-recording. Did you know that only 5 of you are subscribed to this channel? Why don't you go down below? Don't look at the number. Don't look at the number. Just go ahead and do a little doobly-doo on that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Unless you've had horse blinders surgically implanted onto you, you've probably heard of the alt-right, but let me catch those Frankenstein freaks up to speed. According to the Oxford Dictionary, the alt-right is a right-wing ideological movement characterized by a rejection of mainstream politics and by the use of online media to disseminate provocative content, often expressing opposition to racial, religious, or gender equality. In short, it's the NZs writing articles on Facebook that your parents eat up right before watching a BuzzFeed cooking video. By the way, YouTube does not really like the word associated with people who support HITLER. So, if I say NZs throughout any point of this video, just know that's who I'm referring to. Over the past couple years, many have pointed out YouTube's role in radicalizing many towards the alt-right. Creators like LeafyIsHere, Idubbbz, GradeAUnderA, and more have all been attributed to convincing 14-year-olds that it's cool to say slurs, while also being the most annoying human being alive. These creators would come up and recommend it for just about anything. You like video games? Here's how women are ruining them. You like movies? Here's their least favorite because it has 2 gay characters. Hope you didn't like puppies? Here's a brand new autistic greyhound that they're gonna bully for the next 2 months. It felt inescapable at this time to have not heard about these creators, given their influence in the algorithm, as well as the mass production of these videos, given how mindlessly easy it was. Then once these creators would be called out for their actions, they would default to the good old reliable, it's just a joke. And if you disagreed with them, you were a snowflake and you were denying the truths of the world. Your Honor, the murder was intended to be satirical. Sadly, the pipeline didn't end here. It was only just the start. Leafy and Leafy Clone 1 and Leafy Clone 2 were merely a gateway into further right creators like Harvard grad who can't make his wife come, a guy who peaked in high school who can't admit that he loves cross-dressing, and even an actual NZ defending HITLER. Yeah, that guy's still on YouTube. He's tweeted in the past defending HITLER, saying that he was a Nobel Peace Prize nominee. And that guy is still on YouTube making videos today. So I'm here today to do a little experiment to see if this pipeline still exists, and if so, what are the videos that can lead you down the pipeline? To answer these questions, I'll be creating a brand new YouTube account in order to not let prior videos influence the outcome, as well as only clicking thumbnails and not using the search bar so that we can get some real results. So without further ado, let's go down the rabbit hole. Are you fucking kidding me? Hi. Obviously, this is gonna take a while, so we're gonna do a little montage action. It will slow down at random points that I find important, so it's kind of like a velocity edit, but replace Timothée Chalamet with a different white twink. Not me. Not me. I meant Ben Shapiro. All right, and go. Okay, I'm not even joking. I think I haven't done this for more than a minute, and I have effectively landed myself into Jordan B. Peterson videos. Jordan B. Peterson is very transphobic, holds a lot of, you know, anti-feminist mindsets, ideologies. We also hit Matt Walsh, who released that documentary called What is a Woman, which again is very transphobic, just for lack of a better word. And I've gotten multiple Ben Shapiro videos. It hasn't even been a minute. I don't even know if I really need to speed ramp that one, but we'll try to see if we can get a bit deeper here. So now we've gotten Alex Jones. Alex Jones runs InfoWars, which is a very conservative sort of news online broadcast. I think it's really important to note that my entry into every single one of these videos has been, look, right here, Joe Rogan podcast. Instantly. I clicked one Joe Rogan podcast and have now basically been met with a bunch of alt-right figures, which there's a lot of sort of libertarian bros out there that claim that Joe Rogan is very leftist, and I think some of his stances, and especially some of the things he's said in the past, has been very left-leaning. But as time has gone on, he's sort of radicalized more right. And it's evident, sort of by just, I mean, this little think tank alone has shown just how quickly Joe Rogan can get you into people like Alex Jones, which is insane. They just, like, they don't even know how to make their own points. They can't even, they can't argue a point that, like, isn't good. Oh, Crowder. Holy fuck. This is the third edition of There Are Only Two Genders. You think one study would be enough to sort of put him at ease, but no, he has to keep on asking 19-year-olds with no prepared evidence what their thoughts are. That's awesome. We got a PewDiePie stream VOD. That's awesome. Brofist. This Matt Walsh guy is, like, definitely somebody to be paying attention to. Not as I think that he is of any importance as, like, a person. As far as intrinsic value goes, I'd say it's just about much as sewer sludge. But he's kind of the new, like, he's stepped in for Crowder. I think Ben Shapiro still holds his relevance, but I think Crowder sort of took a back seat to this guy. He's a part of the Daily Wire, which is the same news source that Ben Shapiro is affiliated with. Obviously, you can sort of see where their views lie, but yeah. So now we've hit Turning Point UK. For those who don't know, Turning Point also has a US branch. I'm sure there's probably a Canadian branch and otherwise. And it's a very conservative sort of youth group is what they more tend to be. Turning Point usually tries to infiltrate, like, college groups and stuff like that in order to get kids into the right. But their videos are very, I don't know if vulgar is the right word, but very apprehensive, very, like, dig under your skin, say something that isn't right, inflammatory, I guess. And we got bonus points for Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens in one video. Charlie Kirk looks like he could do the live-action rendition of an Airheads commercial, playing the mascot, and Candace Owens in the past has absolutely defended NZs. Yeah. Not cool. Not cool. I think it's very funny after clicking all of these videos. It's like, socialists asked why they're a socialist. Bart Simpson, smoke and chill, lo-fi chill music. Joe Rogan reports back after a month of carnivore diet. Charlie Kirk embarrasses hypocritical socialist student. Ridiculousness over the top families compliment. Like, what is it? Maybe I should click on these videos more often. I'm like, I could see why one would radicalize now. This makes sense. I want to see the world's most powerful chainsaw. Are you kidding me? So what I have here is Daily Wire Backstage. This is like a podcast type thing where the main writers of the Daily Wire, or the main heads, you know, figureheads of the Daily Wire, are sort of all here together. I honestly could not name these three guys for the life of me. Obviously, I know this is Matt Walsh, this is Ben Shapiro, this is Candace Owens. This is definitely culturally insensitive in some sense. I just know they make a joke out of this all the time. This is like literally the League of Villains. Like this it's hilarious how many people will agree that all of these people are in the right, not like politically leaning, but like morally they are correct. Do you think like the best people on the planet with like the best minds and hearts and whatever would have this mysterious ass sort of background? This looks like a lair. Like, it looks, I don't know how to describe it. It looks like a lair. It looks like a hideout, which is just insane. Not one of them could dress casually. Why would they? Sipping fucking whiskey. Like this, it's like an Austin Powers villain hangout. The TV's gonna flip around. It's gonna be Dr. Evil just like, I've assembled you all. Yeah, this sucks. Honestly, it's been about 30 minutes, but I think my research here is done. As it turns out, it really is that simple to have your malleable preteen brain turned into a powerhouse of hatred. I was kind of upset as I was expecting more of a challenge, but all I needed was a bald, defamed former Fear Factor host that took horse dewormer to battle a deadly virus, and I was in. Looking at this brand new account's recommended, you can see that the videos are not all featuring some Reddit famous debate warlord, but a large majority was. You can even see mentions of Andrew Tate. And I hadn't even made it through an episode of The Last of Us. What's that? The Last of Us has gay people? God damn! Sorry. It seems, even though I hadn't fully finished any of those videos, they rubbed off just a little bit. Now you may notice, you might not see those channels that I had previously mentioned, or even replicas to them, such as Idubbbz or GradeAUnderA. But every day you can see these new modern versions of these piece of shit potential Netflix reality TV stars being dropped into the internet space like it's fascist night, bigot royale. Take, for example, Adin Ross, a prominent Twitch streamer who time and time again has amplified voices of the alt-right. One of these voices most notably being Andrew Tate, a misogynist, homophobic, probably every other phobic and ist you could think of, as well as alleged sex trafficker, and I use alleged very loosely. There's a lot of evidence, and it is not looking good, but the Andrew Tate fanboys are convinced that he's innocent, which is mind-boggling. Adin Ross secured himself into many bigger spaces after becoming a streaming icon, even being called out and then defended by creators such as Ludwig, Hassan Hobby, and more. Adin claimed that he would grow as a person, heeding the advice of these elder creators. And then he took a sharp left turn and intentionally streamed porn to tens of thousands of teenagers on Twitch's new competitor, Kick.
What do y'all want to watch on Pornhub, bro? The fuck do y'all want to watch on here, bro? I don't support the shit. Wait, how old are you guys in the chat, bro? Jesus. Okay. I didn't know that.
Reminds me of when your dad let you have a sip of beer. Except the effects of porn on a young brain are far more harmful than a sip of beer. And Adin Ross doesn't hit half as hard as my dad. Then you have someone like Sneako. To be honest, I don't even think half of what comes out of Sneako's mouth are his actual beliefs. Instead, he just makes these wildly instigative claims about minority groups in order to garner more attention, which is why he'll be receiving the least amount of airtime in this video. If he is truly upset about it, he can wallow in it while he watches his girlfriend have sex with another man, which he does that, by the way. He like openly said that he does that and that he enjoyed it. He is a cuck. It's like a lot of the alt-right enjoys being cucked. It's a really weird trend. It has to be studied at some point. Finally, you have IShowSpeed, who's easily one of the biggest creators for the youth audience right now. His stream bits have become wildly influential. The Talking Ben resurgence that you've seen going around, that was him. Even going on TikTok, I can see 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds that are trying to make it into the streaming space with similar jokes to him, talking the same way as him, because they genuinely aspire to be like Speed. Unfortunately, you can see that Speed is a product of a lot of the people that he hangs around, the biggest impact being that of Adin Ross's. Adin encourages Speed to have this aggressive, loud nature about him and eggs him on, and it grossly plays into a stereotype, seeing as Speed is a young black man. Since then, Speed has certainly had his controversies, but they seem to be dwindling by the day. And it's obviously up to you to decide if you've seen the growth from him as a person, but it's clear that his responses to controversy pale in comparison to his older counterparts. On Speed's behalf, you can see apologies come out. Whether you say they're sincere or insincere, again, it's up to you. But in return, you see Adin Ross telling a Twitter reporter to end his life, which is a crazy way for a 22-year-old man to address showing porn to his high school audience, but I digress. In my experience, I'm no stranger to the alt-right pipeline. When I was 15, I certainly had my Leafy, Idubbbz, Filthy Frank, Max Mofo phase. Now, regrettably, having that stage, it ended when Idubbbz made his content cop video on Leafy, where he pointed out that most, if not all, of Leafy's content was punching down and bullying others despite not showing his own face. And the effect this video had on me wasn't so much Idubbbz good, Leafy bad, but was sort of a moment to reflect and notice that all of the videos and memes and just general content I was consuming was just a bunch of bullies, pointing out the sad lives of depressed people, talking about how autistic people act different than neurotypical people, which, by the way, this still happens a lot on TikTok.
Just watching my favorite Twitch streamer. Go XQC! Come on, you can win. Go kill the other players. I love Twitch. Pog you.
And people eat that up, but that's a topic for a different day. I just wanted to make it a quick point in this video that this content is still very much out there. It was at that point that I essentially went offline minus the use of Instagram for the next couple years. When I came back during the pandemic, it was apparent that the culture was still very much there. And not only were these jokes being made, but people were owning these jokes as their actual beliefs. It was no longer satirical, it was just what they found to be true and funny. So if by some grace of God you're watching this, say an older sibling or cousin or somebody who's just looking out for you sent this to you, or you just happened upon it while going through YouTube, and you watch creators like this, or you exist in spaces like this where it's a lot of punching down, I am begging you to get away from these creators, to get away from this humor. A lot of these people are losers who know that 15-year-olds will put them up on a pedestal and hail them as a god if they just say the worst things imaginable. In reality, they've probably never interacted with a trans person, with a person from a different cultural background as them, a different race, different sexualities. They haven't read any studies. The statistics that they tend to show are usually chopped up to fit their narrative, or they come from a biased source. They just want to get their point across, even if they don't agree with it. You'd probably gain more educational value from watching the original Puss in Boots than you would from watching the real-life Humpty Dumpty and his little podcast. Thank you for watching this video, I appreciate it. Sorry I've been away for like 2 weeks. It was my girlfriend's birthday, and then it was Valentine's Day, and then it was our anniversary, so as far as time and money goes, I'm a bit spent. These women always going after your wallets, huh? No, my girlfriend makes a lot more money than me. However, I do have some stuff in store right now that's going to be coming out soon that I think you guys will really enjoy. I will say that next week I am going on a little vacation to celebrate our anniversary and Meg's birthday. but there will still be a video going out, and then there will be a little 1 week hiatus, and then I'll be right back to it. I appreciate all the recent support. Again, I appreciate you. Please take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!
Streaming for too many hours. Damn, I gotta take a shower. Damn, I gotta take a shower. Damn, I gotta take a shower. The shit is slapping like the mountains. Check, full, I'm just steady chowing. Drivers get the buckets out. It's about to get wet like a